If you had an ideal childhood, you've definitely seen this masterpiece. Ben 10, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Avatar. Now, if Avatar was your favorite among these, congratulations. You're a really cool person. Because in this video, we're going to compare all known avatars and see whose skills, achievements, and most importantly, circumstances were the best. And just so you know, the list includes 8 people. And as always, we're going from the weakest to the strongest, so you stick around until the end. Don't skip ahead. All right then, let's get into it. Number 8. The Avatar was actually a firebender, and honestly, a very boring and useless avatar. Why? Because he spent his whole life as a government employee for the Fire Nation and literally did nothing else. The only useful thing about him was that he could control and throw lava. That's it. So, based on the little we know and his ridiculous appearance, he takes the 8th spot. Number 7. Avatar Karuk. A waterbender who honestly wasn't great at his job. Why? Because he spent most of his life fighting dark spirits from the spirit world, which, okay, that's admirable, but this made him neglect the real world and his people. On top of that, Karuk lost his beloved wife to a dark spirit named Ko, and let's be real, Ko was nightmare fuel when we were kids. Eventually, Karuk died at the age of 65 due to a severe illness he got from the spirit world. Number 6. Avatar Wan. Not that one. No, this one, W-A-N. He was a firebender and the very first avatar in history. He was a rebel and a rule breaker. This led to his exile into the spirit world, and after a lot of trouble, he managed to bring humans and spirits a bit closer and establish some level of peace. Wan's biggest accomplishment was merging with a spirit named Rava to create the Avatar state and defeating a dark spirit named Vatu. Though Wan was all alone and that peace didn't last long, and he eventually died in battle, his incredible willpower made Rava promise to carry on the Avatar cycle forever. That promise was Wan's greatest gift to the world. Number 5. Avatar Youngchen. Like Aang, she was an airbender monk, but even though both were airbenders, Youngchen was far more ruthless and determined. Don't judge by her bald head. She was the first airbender to control air at such high speeds that it could transmit her voice loudly, blind enemies, burst their eardrums, and even explode their brains from the inside. She was a savage in disguise. But she made mistakes too, like completely ignoring the spirit world and focusing too much on the human world. Yes, she was highly respected and even worshipped by many people, but her neglect of the spirits caused a lot of trouble for the next avatar, Karuk. Number 4. Avatar Roku. The second known firebender avatar who was raised in the Fire Nation. His best friend? Sozin, one of the great heirs of the Fire Nation. Yeah, the same bastard who started the 100-Year War. Roku and Sozin had a great friendship at first, but after Roku returned from his avatar training, things were politically messy. Sozin was trying to expand the Fire Nation's territory. By force, Roku temporarily smacked him down and stopped the invasion. But not killing his childhood friend was Roku's biggest mistake. Years later, during a volcanic eruption, Sozin betrayed him again, leaving him to die from toxic gas. So technically, Roku was a pretty bad avatar. But his guidance and help to the next avatar, Aang, makes up for it a bit. Number 2. Avatar Aang. A child who was assigned the avatar role at a very, very young age and, out of fear of responsibility, ran away and froze himself in ice for 300 years. When he woke up, not only was he the last living airbender, but he also had to stop a brutal 100-year war caused by the Fire Nation. Aang mastered all 4 elements in less than a year, and at just 12 years old, he defeated the strongest firebender in history, Ozai, all by himself. He also invented and used the most powerful element, energy bending. Keyword invented, not learn. Aang was a flawless avatar with insane powers, but his only flaw was his reluctance to kill or permanently eliminate threats. Which brings us to number 1. Avatar Kyoshi. An earthbender who spent most of her life among criminals and thugs, this upbringing made her extremely fierce and merciless as an avatar. With her insane air and earthbending powers, she split an entire island off from the mainland and killed the entire army along with the warlord Qin the Conqueror. She also founded 2 major groups, the Kyoshi warriors and the Dai Li. Through chakra study, she lived almost 100 years and established peace with total authority. She even had access to a Profident ability, a form of waterbending that could freeze people's hearts and kill them instantly. What more do you want? She was hot, powerful, and fearless. What more do you need? Thanks. If you've made it this far in the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for always supporting me. You know how much I love you all. Until the next video, goodbye.